evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Harbor Station for Game 4 of the playoffs between your St. John Mill Rats and the visiting Island Storm. It is that time of the evening. We welcome the opposing team of the Island Storm to the court. Their starting five are as follows. At point guard, number 22, Rashad Wack. At shooting guard, number 2, Nick Okori. At small forward, number 15, Brandon Robinson. At power forward, number 6, Mike Martin. And at center this evening, number 50, Nick Evans. The head coach is Salerno. The assistant coaches, Eric Labor and Mike Leslie. Ladies and gentlemen, turn your attention to the west entrance of Harbor Station as the Mill Rats head coach Julian King is being delivered to the court in a 2015 Mustang courtesy of Downey Ford. The Mill Rats assistant coaches are Paul Vaughn, Randy Lodeman, Jim Palmer, and Aaron Drummond. And now, ladies and gentlemen, turn your attention to the east end of Harbor Station as we introduce your 2014-2015 St. John Mill Rats. Starting things off, he is wearing number 10 this evening, 6'2" he stands. From Hagerstown, Maryland, please welcome back Darren Maxey. 5'10" point guard. He is a Canadian All-Star, hailing from Toronto, Ontario. Give it up for number 11, Alex Superman Johnson. At 6'11", this center hails from Belleville, Ontario. He wears number 00, J.B. Vanderbeeken. From Memphis, Tennessee, wearing jersey number 24, he is a 6'7" forward. Give it up for Jeremy Williams. Next up, hailing right here from the Port City, he wears jersey number 33, 6'8" forward, Peter Thunder Dan Wedge. From Oakland, California, we call him Air Canada. He is an author, he is a showman, number 20, Eric number 34, Tyrone Levitt. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to introduce your starting five for tonight's game. We are going to start things off. Massachusetts, you know he was just on the screen. 5'11" guard number 3, Raheem Singleton. 6'5" guard hailing from Hampton, Connecticut, number 22, Keith Cochran. From Long Island, New York, he is known as the Big Ticket, 6'6" power forward, number 21, Kenny Jones. From Montreal, in La Belle Province, this man stands 6'8". Number 35, Ricky Volsi. And finally, last but not least, he is the reigning league MVP, 5'11" shooting guard from Lynn, Massachusetts. We know him as Double A. Give it up for Anthony Anderson. The Dean's physiotherapist is Captain Simon from Lakemark Physiotherapy. Today's junior Millrats are the Sussex Stars. The officials for today's game, Al Kate, Matt Boyle, and Ryan Luce. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give the Stars a chance to do some layups for us. And then we'll head into this national anthem. And then we're going to bring it on. Girls, we ask that you please rise, remove your hats, and join Daniel Corey in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we
Rats fans, you know that time of game. It's time for you guys to stand and clap until the Mill Rats basket. Come on, fans, they need our support tonight. Everybody stand up and clap. Come on, make some noise while you're at it, too. Let's help them take the win tonight, guys. Come on, everybody get up, move around, and make some noise. Come on, Mill Rats, let's keep the clapping going.
Nick Evans answering back.
I'm gonna wait.
Keith Cochran. Rashad Black answering back. Foul is on Mike Martin, his first foul, first team foul. Radio will step up to the line to shoot two. Radio 2 for 2. Fouls on Kenny Jones, his first foul, first team foul. Nick Evans. Foul is on number 6, Mike Martin. Martin's second foul, second team foul. Ricky Volsi at the stripe. Volsi 2 for 2. Brandon Robinson driving the baseline. Kenny Jones off the dish. Louis Birdsong with a 3. Foul is on Rashad Wack, his first foul, third team foul. Kenny Jones will step up to the line. Kenny Jones, 2 for 2. Coming into the game for the Rats, Tyrone Levitt. Louis Birdsong. Off the steal. Keith Cothran, larceny on the floor. Media timeout on the floor. The proceeds from the 50-50 draw go to the United Way, which serves St. John, Kings, and Charlotte counties. The United Way helps people. The United Way is there every step of the way to build strong communities.
Abby Simon and her team at Lifemark Physiotherapy keep the mill rats going on the court. Her team can be beaten, but they can help you with your physiotherapy needs. Visit them on Somerset Street, across from the Superstore, or call 652-4711 to book an appointment. Tops Pizza and Restaurant is an affordable family-owned establishment serving Greek and Italian food for breakfast and lunch, and is located at 215 Union Street. Listen to 97.3 away for the best music, exclusive Mill Rats interviews, free ticket giveaways, and more. St. John Airport, your flight shouldn't take longer than your trip. Visit stjohnairport.ca and fly YSJ. Lawson Creamer Lawyers, depth of experience, personal service, strategic solutions. Visit lawsoncreamer.com. Get your to support the United Way. They will be on sale until almost the end of the third quarter. Follow the Mill Rats online at millratsbasketball.ca and on Instagram. Also send and follow live tweets throughout the game at SJ Millrats on Twitter.
Hey, Summerside, hope you guys brought your storm chips because the Mill Rats fans are about to make a noise.
Foul is on Anthony Anderson, his first foul, second team foul. At the stripe, it's Billy Rush. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what to do. Oh, the sixth man steps up. Yes, sir. 0 for 2 from the line. Ricky Volsi! A little long range shooting. Foul is on Ricky Volsi. That's his first foul, third team foul. Coming into the game for the Storm, Mike Williams, number 7. Mike Williams for 2. Anthony Anderson with a finger roll for 2.
Oh, wow.
2-point shot.
That was Louis Birdsong.
Louis Birdsong, you cannot leave any of these guys in the PEI Storm. All 5 players shoot that open 3.
You always find that with every team in this league. It's like, everybody that goes on the floor can shoot that 3 with accuracy, Not a good shot.
That time Anderson had a hand in his face. We're talking about Billy Rush not only being an offensive presence, but getting a hand in the face of Anthony Anderson.
Yeah.
If you want to shut Anderson down, you've got to do it. And there's Nick Okori. It was a matter of time before he started to light up. Smart move, very smart move.
Tyrone taking it strong to the hoop.
Tyrone Levitt, so smart. We talked earlier. I had my daughter Chloe here at about 5 p.m. this evening after I picked her up from daycare. And first thing she said, Papa has a game started. 3 years old, she doesn't know the difference. But what she did learn from Tyrone was he went right up to Chloe and expressed, you know what, Chloe? If you want to be a really good basketball player, be the first one out here on the court and get the extra reps in.
Like he is, yeah.
And a great life lesson for, forget about basketball. That's just work ethic in general. It doesn't matter if it's on the job or you're on the basketball court. If you want to be better at what you do, put in the extra effort. And great life lesson for my daughter. But that's what makes him that favorite player for you and I. Just so smart, calm, cool, and collecting. Really puts 1,000% into every possession.
Yeah. He's the first one on the floor. First one with the sweat going before anybody else picks up a ball. Like I told my son and daughter in high school, are you happy being as good as everybody else, or do you want to be better? These are the things you need to do to be a better basketball player.
Look at Volsey, able to keep the ball alive.
Jeremy Williams getting set to come into the game here.
Going to have to put a shot up. Singleton not able to hit. Yeah, it looks like Superman Alex Johnson and Jeremy Williams getting set to come into the game.
I think Mency also. Always excited. A little bit of excitement for me then to see Williams come into the game. I just love his game. He can score against anybody.
Brandon Robinson for 3.
And gives him a bunch of rebounds to boot.
Brandon Robinson hitting long range. Trying to draw a charge, actually pretty close. Keith Cothran, no longer just a defensive specialist. Give him that open 3 bomb and he's going to hit. And again, Nick Okori doing a very good job at the point. Just the way he's getting, he's getting Billy Rush and Brandon Robinson some good open looks. Singleton able to stay out of foul trouble is also good for the Mill Rats. Volsey not able to hit. And there's Billy Rush.
Wait, that's the second call by an official where he's behind the defender, really can't see the play, and one against the Mill Rats and one against the Storm. Really couldn't see the play and just making, blowing the whistle.
Well, with Johnny Mahan out of the lineup because of an injury, it was funny. We were talking about Mency and how valuable he was to the roster throughout the whole season, really, and him being on an airplane ride flying back to St. John, New Brunswick to join the team again. Here he is in the lineup. Very valuable player.
Yeah, great defender, good scorer.
Norris definitely happy to see him back. Again, Superman Alex Johnson's back in the game.
Fouls on number 7, Mike Williams.
Talk about
That's his
smooth.
second foul, 15th
Superman,
foul.
last time at home, was showing his, his presence offensively and defensively. He was all over the court. Again, we're talking about a young point guard able to really run the floor. Alex Johnson's been doing a really great job. And there's your man right there, Stacey.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the court for the Mill Rats, number 10, Darren Mitzi.
Jeremy Williams so effective at everything he does out there on the floor. And again, the three-point shooting of the PEI Storm.
Keeps them in the game. Every game they play, every game we've seen them play, that three-point shooting keeps them in the game.
We touched on it earlier. Any team in this league can shoot threes in all 5 positions.
Also in the game for you, Mill Rats.
I remember being in a bit of shock, Stacey, in one of the Ontario teams, I believe at the time was Mississauga, first came in, and seeing the bigs who were legitimate bigs, like 6'9", 6'10", and they could just jump through the roof, hitting long-range threes and thinking, wow, it's literally every team in this league able to hit threes. Score is 31-25 with 4 seconds left in the first.
Air ball. I thought more of you'd say that, really. Gee, I'm embarrassed.
23 on the clock, just enough time to
Mill Rats ball.
toss it.
Just enough time to grab it and let the clock run out.
Singleton will go for it.
He's not worried about a shooting percentage. He's going to let it.
At the end of the first, we've got the Mill Rats out in front of the Storm, 31-25.
Lead for the Mill Rats with a couple-minute break. Always interested to see what.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our first quarter break shooting contest. 2 contestants have been selected.
And coming out of the court right now to shoot free throws.
Let's see who can get the most baskets.
Is the one and only girlfriend of Superman, Alex Johnson,
In the East End, we have Bree Dorsett,
who plays pro basketball, Stacey.
Where's she playing? On your mark, get set.
She plays overseas pro basketball. So don't be shocked if she makes some free throws.
She's not even taking her sweater off for this.
No.
Winter boots on.
Daniel wearing his IQ on his shirt again.
She has flown up from the US of A to see her man, Alex Johnson, light it up in the court, and here she is going to work herself. She gets off the plane, no jet lag showing here, Stacey. A little unfair advantage, or what do you think, Stacey?
I don't think the guy he's shooting against has any idea that he's a pro basketball player. And the crowd doesn't either.
We get a round of applause for Bree, please.
Can you tell us who you play for?
I played in Germany. I'm Alex's girlfriend.
Yeah, we knew that, but we weren't sure who you played for.
Oh, I played in Bonn, Germany. They're called BCBG.
Okay, now we're telling the people that watch the live stream, the crowd doesn't have, they don't have any idea you are a pro basketball player, and this poor guy is just, you got to give him the hat.
It doesn't matter. A win is a win.
Yeah, a win's a win.
Massage is just $39. Book online at massageexperts.ca.
That was funny. I noticed that as she was walking out into the court. A loyal follower on Twitter of the St. John Mill Rats. I've had several conversations with Alex's girlfriend about how she literally never misses a second that he plays ball, and she plays basketball in Germany. She plays pro basketball herself, and if you're just watching her during that little free throw shooting performance, lit it up. It was almost effortless.
Oh yeah, with your sweater, winter boots, and winter hat.
So another former Division I female basketball star, dating a St. John Mill Rat player, and Alex Johnson coming from one of the best programs in the Big East. Singleton wide open, not able to hit. So he's battling in there to get an extra board or a steal.
No, Menzies, I've been watching him the last few possessions. He has just got a fire in his eye here.
Great call, great defense.
Pack your bags, snap the pass.
Really great double team there.
Kenny's strong, holds his ground.
Well, Kenny was able to hold his ground, but Singleton moved over to help out in the double team. Great defensive set there by the St. John Millrats. And again, look for Alex Johnson to play probably even a better game than we saw him last time. With his girlfriend in town, giving a little extra confidence boost. Mency not able to hit there. The Island Storm back down the court, moving the ball very well, being very patient. Again, keep an eye out for Billy Rush. Going inside to the paint. Another offensive rebound for the Island Storm. That is going to be a crucial stat, Stacy.
We talked about finishing that defense, right? Great defense. Contested jump shot. Finish it with the box out. Now
nice spin move right there.
2 points on the extra effort.
Rashad Wack. We saw this last game, him slashing and driving in the third quarter with ease. And no one really moving over to help. Oh, no! Wow! Mency just got off an airplane and joined the St. John Millrats and got hammered on a three-point attempt. Bob, you and I were talking about this earlier. These players being so talented that they could get hammered by a bus and still get that shot to drop.
Well, it's remarkable to see the ability of these players compared to just one league below. I watched the university championships in Atlantic Canada this weekend. You went to a game with me, and there were some talented athletes. They were really astounding players. But when you move up to this level, it's a whole new version of astounding. The ability to take the body, the ability to make shots on a glance, the defense even, one slight slip-up, and offenses dive in. We've really noticed a pattern developing tonight on Prince Edward Island's defense. They've been moving, I've counted 8 times to trap off the screen, and 8 times St. John's penetrated off that and converted. So
there's a great defensive stop there. Wow!
What a finish.
Singleton looks to be down. He made the hoop. I'm sorry. That's Kenny Jones.
And you talk about extra effort. What a finish by Kenny
We talked
Jones.
about before the game. This Millrats team that won so many games in a row and went on a winning streak. It was that team that had finally gelled and the pieces had come together, Stacy, and all 5 players laying their bodies on the line. We talked pregame about this. If that team shows up tonight, they're going to win this game tonight in Harbor Station.
Oh, yeah.
So let's get back to Mency for a second. You talked about him having an extra boost of energy. And here's the guy that got, sent home. This is part of professional basketball.
Oh, he wants to stay. He doesn't want to go back home again.
He wants to be here, and he wants to see this team through playoffs. And you know what? He's got something to prove again.
Yeah, this is the game he loves, the job he loves. And, these are his friends on this team, and he's got a point to prove.
Nick Evans.
And the ball going into Nick Evans again. Look at Nick playing very good basketball.
Very active tonight, Nick is very active.
Yeah, Nick Evans has been really strong tonight on converting on the offense, and he's been a big part of that attempt on the defense to trap St. John. And they haven't yet sealed the deal on that, but Evans seems to be playing a much larger role in every part of the game for PEI.
And you'll notice, too, Nick really trying to keep outside of the key and managing to stay out of foul trouble. That time around, it worked against him. He was too late getting over on D.
That's not a good matchup for him. Guard Mike Martin guarding Jeremy Williams out on the wing like that. You really got to give him an arm length.
Offensive foul. Here it is. All 5 guys on the court. Not shocked at all, Stacy. You talked about this, the deep bench of the St. John Millrats. Look at it. Look at the guys out on the floor right now. Mency just got off an airplane ride, had a 4-point play with that 3-pointer, and then his free throw. Jeremy Williams, who you love for all aspects of his game. Singleton, Mency, And now we've got Crookshank. This is Crookshank's moment. They love putting Crookshank into the game for a little extra boost of energy.
Coming into the game for your Mill Rats.
But another energy character is Eric Crookshank.
Yeah, you'll get this. You'll see him. His arms will be waving. He'll be, in front of the crowd, get the crowd going, and
All right, Mill Rats fans, we're ahead.
give you some tips and deflections, and some key rebounds, and hopefully a dunk or two in there.
And all season we've seen not just the starting lineup show up, but Stacey, I think more importantly, the bench has really shown up all season. When Coach King has had to really rely on those bench players. Superman Alex Johnson, Johnny Mann in many cases coming off early on at being a three-point shooter.
Yeah.
And a lot of these guys getting starting roles because of what they were able to do coming off the bench, like Mency.
Yeah, definitely.
Or Volsey.
I think Kenny Jones is going to take a seat for a few minutes. I think he got a knee where the sun don't shine there, Ben.
But again, here's that power lineup that comes off the bench and brings a pile of energy to the Mill Rats right here.
That's a shot Mency you'd like back.
Mency's been staying in shape at home, Stacey.
Yeah.
So he's ready to play ball. There's Nick Okori. We talked about Nick Okori. It is just a matter of time before he starts lighting up.
Yeah.
Mill Rats were lucky it took him to the fourth quarter last time around.
We started tonight where he left off, I believe.
There's Superman. Dun, 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 dun! Superman Alex Johnson with the little pump fake and crossover. He would have broken my ankles in that play, Stacey.
This is a tough cover for Crookshank.
Crookshank playing good D so far. That was like a travel. We talked about the energy Eric Crookshank brings into the game. All it takes is one steal, one block shot, anything, really anything to get this crowd fired up. And you know what? That was excellent defense.
I think Crookshank gets fired up when he gets out of bed in the morning. He asks for 2 eggs and you give him 3. He's pumped.
It's like Crookshank's got an IV Red Bull hooked up to his veins.
Yeah.
But
I said before, I just can't picture him falling asleep at night. But closing his eyes and actually falling asleep.
But Evans has got height and weight as an advantage against Crookshank. Mill Rats getting the offensive rebound. Anthony Anderson wide open. Crookshank with another huge rebound.
That's Alex shot right there.
Superman not able to hit.
Boys, Mill Rats all over the offensive boards tonight.
Coach King would not be upset after that possession. That was a great possession on offense. Look at that. Brandon Robinson, just like that, hand in the face.
The Mill Rats get it to 10, they get it to 8, a 3, back to 5, back to 7.
Again, every player on this roster of the Island Storm able to hit long range. You really have to shut that down. Good defense by Nick Evans. Again, Nick Evans not allowing the game to get to his head tonight. Seemed very calm, cool, and collect.
Yeah, different players tonight for sure. Just like that, back to a 3-point game, 5-0 run for the Storm.
6 minutes and 31 seconds left in the second quarter. It's 41-38 for the Mill Rats, still in the lead. Mill Rats being very patient here. Superman Alex Johnson not able to hit. Again, we don't want them. We definitely don't want to see the Mill Rats get away from that kind of dribble penetration game that's really worked for them so well. Robinson's not able to hit that time, but still an open look, Stacey.
Yeah.
You got to get a hand up in his face. He's just too good to be left wide open.
On the offensive end for the Mill Rats, it's been one and done. It's been one jump shot and done, and
from Anthony Anderson to Alex Superman Johnson.
On the floor. Immediate timeout on the
Superman had his girlfriend lighting up free throws about 5 minutes ago and said, you know what? It's my turn to jack some long range.
I think he was watching. I've noticed he had a really nice
Domino's
follow-through.
delivers. You can
Alex
call
follow-through since for free throws
order
has
online at
been better.
Domino's.com.
Has improved.
Rotation on the ball.
He was zoned in on his girlfriend's release.
At the Howard Johnson Hotel and Convention Center, located at 10
So Alex Johnson feeding off of the energy of his girlfriend, traveling from our neighbors to the south, United States of America, coming up to check out her man play some ball, and he's showing up, and he has these playoffs.
Yeah, you know, he's fearless. He missed, he missed a 15-footer. He missed a three. He actually missed a three badly. And he, comes down the floor and knocks a three down from a couple feet outside the line. So he is fearless.
That's interesting. You quite often with doing these broadcasts, you get to hear from a lot of fans in the United States.
Come on, guys, let's make some
And throughout the season, having a lot of people comment about Alex Johnson and whether or not he's getting enough playing time with the Mill Rats, and maybe some of the reasons behind that. But I think the real key point that's comes strong and clear to me through Twitter has been, hey, take a look at where Superman Alex Johnson played basketball. And he came from one of the toughest NCAA Division I conferences in the U.S.
Yeah, NC State.
NC State, you don't get much better than that.
Well, you got to play Duke twice a year. You got to play North Carolina twice a year.
So fans making a legitimate point. Hey, look, we watched this guy play in college, and playing against current NBA players. And again, he's trying to get a look himself. Young, talented player with a lot of talent. But we're seeing Coach King put that trust in his young point guard now.
Now Coach King immediately going back to Kenny Jones for a little inside presence there. It was just nothing, like 4 or 5 jump shots in a row. Didn't really have that post guy to throw it to.
Cruikshank pulling another key rebound down, Stacey. Those little things that he brings to the game. Cruikshank is about 2 feet above the rim. He gets so high in that vertical leap.
Yeah.
Nick Okori missing that jumper. Nick Evans.
Big fella.
Nick Evans.
Big Nick Evans. He is looking like a true professional tonight. Just as I say that, gets called for the foul. But look.
Right on cue with Alex, too.
This has been the strategy of the St. John Millrats going up against.
Foul is on Nick Okori, his third foul, 4th team foul. Superman to shoot 1.
Really making a strong effort to really get the ball in the paint. Stacey, specifically to where he's getting set on defense.
See the follow through on that free throw?
Alex Johnson turns that one into a 3-pointer.
Much better.
Alex DeRoche coming into the game for the Storm.
Free throws down.
So the Millrats looking to get Big Nick Evans out of the game as early as possible, and they were able to do that last time around at Harbor Station. But yes, Alex Johnson looks like he's going to be going towards a 20, 25-point game himself.
Yeah.
With the added confidence and boost from his girls' shooting form you talked about.
That's a good foul.
Alex Johnson showing a lot of that individual trait that takes a good player
Fouls
to
on
a
Anthony
great
Anderson,
player.
his third foul,
He threw up
second
3
team
shots
foul.
consecutively, and all ended up missing. A lot of players would start to shy away after that. No way. Johnson goes
Nick
back
Evans
up,
to shoot
starts
2.
dropping shots
Folks,
again,
you know
starts
your part.
penetrating again as though nothing had gone wrong before. Confidence in his skill, knowing that on occasion you're going to miss, but kept going to the net, starting to show results.
Yeah, as I mentioned that earlier, he missed 3.
The man steps up again.
No, it's part of to be a good player or a great player. You need to be a confident
2 from
player.
the strike.
Big Nick Evans not able to hit his free throws. Again, Stacey, you talked how crucial those are going to be in the playoffs. You got to make these free throws. Are so crucial to staying in the game. The score is 47-40 with 4:19 left in the second quarter. There's a big ticket going to work in the post.
A little fumble there.
Shot clock violation. Storm ball.
Shot clock violation.
Again, an interesting thing to notice out there in that last sequence, Alex Johnson throwing a screen up against Nick Evans. You know you want to win when you're picking your fights like that.
Well, these guys are all 5 of these Millrats on the floor.
Strip down low. Nick Evans wanted a foul. You know, I listened to some NBA officials one time. I don't know, it was a bit of a clinic. They were busted in on him for about 15 minutes, and you know, a referee was asked, "What's the hardest?"
Nick Evans for 2.
The hardest call in an NBA game, and they said that, you know, the strip going to the basket was one of the hardest. Any strip. And they finally, you know, years ago they came to the conclusion that, you know, head-on-head strip to determine if it was a foul or not, because the hands are so fast, was if the ball takes a downward flight, it's a strip. If it takes an upward flight after it comes out of the hands, it's a foul. And the hands are so fast, you know, at this level also, the only way you can tell sometimes is just which way did the ball go.
It is a tough call to make, definitely. You know, Nick Evans, I gotta say, has been playing very good basketball. Able to hit an open jumper down there at the other end. The PEI. Wow!
Keith
Cochran, Mr. Connecticut, shooting from New Haven that time.
How many guys can make that with a 7-footer coming at them?
Again.
Foul is on
We
Keith
talked about
Cochran.
Alex Johnson coming from NC State.
That is his first foul,
and,
third team foul.
You know, these fouls, the Millrats are many.
Mike Williams coming into the game for the Storm.
That, you know, that's just setting the tone. You'll give up a foul.
Ricky Volsey, Keith Cochran, Alex Johnson, Kenny Jones, Double A on the court for your Millrats.
That can come out and do the same job the guys on the floor are already doing. So if you gotta commit a foul once in a while to keep a guy out of the paint, you know, commit that foul.
It's been working all season for the Millrats. Nice spin move by Kenny Jones, not able to make it, gets his own rebound.
Oh.
But you know, just let's go back to Keith Cochran for a second. Keith Cochran
Foul is on number 24,
came
Louis
in,
Birdsong.
you know, as far as the coaching staff is concerned, is like, look,
That's Birdsong's
we
first
want this
foul,
kid here
15
for
foul.
defense. But he's done way more than play just defense.
Yeah.
His three-point shooting has been phenomenal. I was not expecting that from Keith Cochran. And it wasn't until about a week after he landed in St. John that I got, you know, a few phone calls from friends of mine coaching in New Haven saying, hey, you wait till you see this kid shoot the ball.
Yeah.
And we're seeing it. It's been just incredible.
We get a fan behind us really giving it to the Storm coach. That he's been chirping every single play since the game started. Tiama, he's just doing his job, part of his job. Work the officials. You know, you get it. Even if you get one call for working the official, you've done your job.
The Island Storm coach, he makes a living out of riding the referees.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter if you watch him in Ontario, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, or PEI. He is all over the refs. And again, putting the pressure on the refs to make the right calls. Sometimes it works to your advantage, as you said. So you talk often about the refs sometimes kind of allowing the fouls to kind of even out.
Yeah.
And that can help your cause sometimes, or it can hurt it, depending on how tough you're being on the officials.
Yeah. And sometimes you got to pick your battles. Playing too much, it's the crying wolf thing, and you're not going to get any calls. But
score is 50-44 for the St. John Millrats. Looking great so far. Look, there's Alex DeRoche back out in the court.
Yeah.
From Dieppe, New Brunswick. We love seeing the New Brunswick product. UNB varsity Reds.
Yeah, I coached against them in high school years back. Nice.
Great defense by Anthony Anderson.
Oh.
That should be Millrats' ball, but I guess it's going towards Island Storm.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was a shot clock violation.
Well, the Millrats came out tonight to play defense. That's definitely been a big part of their story tonight. Their rebounding's been tremendous. Their man-to-man coverage has been just nothing but hard work, and it's starting to show results.
Yeah, definitely. You know, defense wins championships, right? That's the ultimate goal for the Millrats this year. Win a championship.
All right, Millrats fans, it's time to get up, move around, and
Look,
make
if the St.
some
John
noise for
Millrats
your
can win a
St. John
championship
Millrats.
for St. John and Brunswick, you know, Stacy, we
The band
talked
stands
earlier
up. Come
about
on, gang, try and get caught on the big
both
screen.
of us being very proud that we've been able over this season to bring in literally everywhere from kindergarten students to middle school, high school, college, and even former pro players like Damian Gay onto the broadcast, and Chris Woodside from Calais High School, with the state championship under his belt just the past couple of weeks. But taking the opportunity to really hop on this wave of enthusiasm behind the sport of basketball.
One great
I had a sit-down conversation with
an
an executive with the Delta Hotel. They're really helping out with their East Coast Games event taking place this summer, and her talking about, there are so many key business people in town. You talk about Jeff White, you could talk about Mike Tilley, Paul Vaughn, who's an assistant coach with the Millrats. But there are so many, not just enthusiastic coaches, but knowledgeable coaches in the city with kids, and we're really pushing the sport. And the Millrats are able to provide an even greater atmosphere to really push the game in St. John, and a championship would just be huge for those fans and players of the game here.
Rashad Wack.
No question. Alex, a little brain cramp there. He didn't stay between the inbounder and his man. Easy layup for the Storm.
Anthony Anderson not able to hit there.
When we go to resorting to contested jump shots, the Millrats
Foul is on Kenny Jones. That's his second foul, fourth team foul.
fasten down that lead when they what you talked about earlier. Drive that ball inside via post or off the dribble, and good things happen.
Well, minute and 20 seconds left in the second quarter. Nice strip ball by who else? Keith Cawthron. All over the ball. What a move! The quickness!
Keith Cawthron!
The foot speed of Keith Cawthron is just phenomenal.
That was fast.
I love watching Keith Cawthron play. Joe Tchaikovsky, who's an AAU legend down in Connecticut, said, you got to watch this kid play offense, not just D. Watch this. From Superman to Volsey. Unselfish basketball, Stacey, is what's going to win games from the Millrats, and we're seeing it right now. Another strip ball by Keith Cawthron. Dun, 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 dun. Stacey, give him some love. You know you want to sing his tune. Superman Alex Johnson with his girlfriend in town, pro basketball player herself.
Started with that pass from Kenny Jones, on the button. Nice steal.
Well, no sooner does Stacy comment about the necessity for the Millrats to try to get inside the paint to make something. Turn over 3 quick baskets in a row.
And again,
in a row, yeah.
Millrats on a run on both ends of the court.
Rashad Wack. That's his second
you
foul.
talk about the strip ball being the toughest one to call in the game.
Turns the ball over.
Keith Cawthron, coming up with 3 massive steals in a row. And all the top of the
block shot, the guy.
Incredible.
You look like he had a clear free throw line jump shot.
4 seconds left. Anthony Anderson. Hello. Anthony Anderson doing what he loves to do.
Dedication.
Anderson has been doing this for years.
In front of the Storm, 59-46.
When it comes down to 2 seconds left on the clock, you get the ball, and Anthony Anderson. Standing ovation by the St. John Millrats home crowd. Stacey, we talked about how the championship win would be
Ladies
for
and gentlemen, as we enter
St.
the
John
halftime break,
community.
don't forget 50-50 tickets are on sale around the concourse. Make sure you pick one of those up. We'll make the draw about midway through the third quarter. As well, at the merchandise table, the 6-man T-shirts. You can pick one of those up.
And
We'd love to see you wearing them as we make our run through this
beyond
playoff
St. John.
season.
We talked
and
about,
as well, don't forget that at the merchandise table, we've got lots of Red Millrats merchandise. Sarah Cruikshank's book is there. And right now it is time for our
you've seen the
halftime.
Millrats making trips
We are having
to Campbello
the
Island,
junior
Grand
Millrats,
Manan,
the Sussex Stars,
St.
guest
Stephen
for
Middle
a scrimmage.
School, St.
They are
George,
coached by Dyson
and
Jones.
even out to Hampton.
Is the proud sponsor.
And so the Millrats are not only having an
hiring.
impact, Stacey, on St. John, but really extending right up the highway, an hour from here to St. Stephen, New Brunswick, and everywhere in between, and even to Sussex. And so they're having not only an impact just on St. John, but in southern New Brunswick in general, really making their presence felt in the community. And this team being a community-owned organization, it just is so. It'd be so to see a championship come home to St. John, and you know what? At the end of the day, Ian McCarthy, Paul Vaughan, these types of guys are so committed to the game, and they put so much time and effort into it. It's just a group of guys that deserve a championship, and that's what it comes down to. Yeah. So, here we are at halftime. Milrats playing unselfish basketball, which we said would be a key to the game. You talked about really buckling down on defense, and really we saw a lot of that the last couple minutes of the game. But we're going to send it over to the king of social media, Briar McPherson, with some stats and updates, and he'll definitely have those for us. Over to you, Briar.
All right, thanks, Ben. So halftime leaders for the Milrats. Keith Cothran's got 12 points. Right behind him is Alex Johnson with 10 points. Ricky Bulsey's got 9, and AA Anthony Anderson has 8 points along with 5 assists. For the Storm, they're led by Rashad Wack with 15 points and 4 assists. Looking across the NBL Canada, we got another playoff matchup going on just down the road in Moncton, the Moncton Coliseum. The Rainmen are up 46-37 with 1 minute and 33 left in the second quarter. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. If the Rainmen win that, the series is over and the Rainmen advance. So that could be interesting if the Miracles are able to come back or not and tie the series.
Ladies and gentlemen, we talked about the community playing a key role in this organization. At every opportunity, not only on the broadcast do we bring local students and players in from all age categories. It was just we were talking earlier about having my three-year-old daughter on the court here as many games as possible throughout the season, and you can look at the St. John Millies, kind of the mini version of the Millies dance team out there. Every game out there, learning to dance, and dance is a sport, and cheerleading, and competitive cheerleading. And at the moment, you're looking at minor basketball teams out there playing on, a professional court at halftime. So, Briar, we talk so much about, the wins translating to much more than just a win on, for the Milrats roster and coaching staff. A win really means a win for the whole community. And our first blog post that we put up on social media was talking about that. This season really extending beyond the wins column on the score sheet. And at the end of the season, win or lose, this Milrats squad has really won because local community group of businessmen taking over ownership means so much more to the community, Brian. You could probably concur with that.
Yeah, like you said, group of community partners coming together and buying this team. They're still actually looking like they're still looking for people to join on and support this as well. So it's not over, and I think it's a really big reason why the Milrats are going to be here for a few more years at least.
Right, and you make a great point, Briar. I mean, there are several great investors in the St. John Milrats, and but again, always looking for additional people to get involved with the organization. So constantly expanding, and literally by the day, more and more business people and business folks in town, jumping on board and wanting to be part of this basketball organization. And again, where it's community owned, The fans really care about the team itself, and it's the team surviving and doing well. And so if you get an opportunity to even get any percentage of a share of ownership in this team, you can be really passionate about watching the games in person because it is owned by the community. So again, we're going to tune off here just for several minutes at half. We'll let you catch up on some minor basketball taking place here at Center Court. And we'll be back on the broadcast from St. John, New Brunswick, Canada. And thank you to everybody tuning in from all around North America and worldwide on YouTube TV. Briar McPherson, the king of social media, Stacey Atkinson from St. Stephen High School, and myself, Ben Morrison, all appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll be back on live in 8 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for today's Junior Mill Rats, the Sussex Stars. Once again, coached by Dyson Jones. That was a pretty spirited scrimmage. And ladies and gentlemen, turn your attention to the big screen where we've got some highlight clips from the first half of today's game.
All right, Briar went over some halftime stats score-wise. Leaders, looking at shooting percentages, rebounds, turnovers, etc. here for the Mill Rats. 21 for 39 from two at 54%, which is phenomenal. You can shoot that every game, you'll take that. But also for the Storm, 20 for 41, 49%, both great shooting percentages. A lot of jump shots taken, but percentages going up with some post play and attacking the basket on some turnovers. So 3-point shots, Mill Rats again 18 shots up at the half, 8 for 18 at 44%. Very good percentage. 44% for the Storm, but only 9 shots up, 4 for 9. We talked before about the the three-point line and the three-point shot being so big now, and how it changes the game, and you know, to shoot at that percentage, you know, if you convert that to 2-point percentage at 44, yeah, it's 66% shooting, plus, you know, the 54, you know, for the Millrats, and 49% from two. So, you know, great shooting percentages. So I don't know if that's telling me great shooting, great offense, or poor defense, or a little bit of both from both teams. So turnovers, 8 turnovers for the Millrats. You know, a few more than you would really like as a coach, and only 6 turnovers from the Storm. Total assists, just about even. Storm 18 and Millrats 17. And total rebounds, Millrats 19 and the Storm 17. So, you know, very evenly matched, you know, on paper.
Ladies and gentlemen, some stats paper, for you here from the first half. For the Island Storm, leading the way point-wise, it was Rashad Wack with 15 points. Coming in next, Nick Evans chipping in 10. For the Millrats, leading the way with 12 points, Keith Cothran. Alex Johnson chipping in 10. Ricky Volsey chipping in 9 as well. Some interesting things, points off of turnovers. St. John picked up 6 points in the paint. We pick up 20 points in the paint, and off the bench, 20 points being chipped in, all by your Millrats. Those are some halftime stats report.
The Canada Games Aquatic Center at 50 Union Street or in South Medway is an official sponsor of the St. John Millrats. The Aquatic Center, your love of swimming, starts here. 8 Graphic Design is a full-service design studio located at 96 Princess Street and is an official partner of the St. John Millrats. Visit inkgs.ca for more information. Keith Brio and the team at Historica is committed to offering the highest quality residential, retail, commercial, and office spaces in all of uptown. Visit historicadevelopments.com for more information on the latest offerings and opportunities.
All right, fans, make some noise and welcome back to the court your St. John Millrats.
Well, here we are, guys, ready to start this second half. Millrats with a 13-point lead. We talked about stats at halftime. Virtually even, almost every stat. Turnovers, rebounds, points, shooting percentages from 3, 2. But Millrats with a 13-point lead. You know, a bit of the edge is 4 more 3-point shots made. And to end that half with a big 3 and and a few steals and ran in for layups. In the last couple minutes of that half, big finish. I always said the first 5 minutes of the second half. Besides the end of the game, obviously, the first 5 minutes of the second half, the most important 5 minutes of the game. Who comes out comes out and plays harder, comes out and executes. You know, like I said, it's always interesting to see what the coaches talk about at halftime, what adjustments have been made. Usually the adjustment is made by the team that is down. And, you know, interesting to see what bit of a change or what adjustment Storm coach has made here.
Great points.
Game on!
So we are back in St. John, New Brunswick, Canada, ladies and gentlemen. National Basketball League of Canada playoffs. The Island Storm taking on the St. John Millrats. A must-win, Stacey, for the St. John Millrats.
Oh, yeah, must win. You know, like, as Saturday night's game was the most important basketball game ever played in the city, tonight is now the most important basketball game ever played in the city.
Volsey coming down with another huge rebound. And a beautiful dish off to Kenny Jones.
Off the dish!
Volsey
I'm open!
has
Kenny
just
Jones for two.
really shown his presence these past couple of playoff games, you know, really showing Coach King that how reliable he is to be in the game.
In the starting lineup. You know, we put him in the starting lineup Saturday night, and you know, we said all game, Coach, keep starting me, Coach. Keep starting me, Coach. Yeah, this is what I'm going to do.
Easy.
Kenny
Easy,
Jones.
way too easy for the big ticket. We talk every game, Stacey, this season about the big ticket having no problem scoring against any team in this league, and you can't just give them a wide open layup. And it was Nick Evans just too late getting over on D to help out.
Foul is on Ricky Volsey, his second foul,
That's
first
interesting.
team foul.
One of the fans from PEI, was just pointing out that Nick Evans had such a strong first half. Be able to stay out of foul trouble, getting 10 points up on the board, and keeping his composure. And you can see Coach pull him out of the game really early in the third quarter.
Yeah, sometimes it's sometimes for Nick it's a matchup thing. He's a 6'11".
Oh, Ricky Volsey!
That strength in the paint pays off again and again. They've dominated the paint early in this half, and they're owning things right now. Now, if they can continue with this, they should be able to make a good showing for themselves. Beautiful to see.
There's a nice look by the veteran Mike Williams. Island Storm. But Stacey, we talked all season about Ian McCarthy deciding to go with a highly athletic basketball team. Wow.
Almost got it to go. Yeah, you're right. He didn't opt for that 6'11", 7-footer shot blocker in there. He was happy, and rightfully so, with 6'6" Kenny Jones, who has proven over and over again he's tough to stop in that low block, and he can defend that 7-footer down there.
And again, the Millrats continuing that unselfish basketball, 2-3 passes in transition on a breakaway.
I was touching on Nick Evans. Part of me said, poor Nick Evans. He's 6'11".
Mike Martin.
A matchup for him is another true center. There's really not a true center on the Millrats squad. It's a tough matchup for him all over the court. He's got to go out to the three-point line and defend.
Volsey from Montreal.
Volsey.
How would we say it in French? Voilà. 3 points pour
Immediate time
Monsieur
on the floor
Volsey
being charged to the Storm.
de Montréal, Québec, Canada. On peut dire en français ou en anglais. Doesn't matter what you say, what language it is.
LNG is
Volsey's
proud
on
to support
fire.
the youth in our community.
People that don't speak a word of French.
The Telegraph Journal is an official media partner of the St. John Millrats. Visit telegraphjournal.com
so often
to sign
about
up for online access and delivery of St. John's premier newspaper and get access to
really
in-depth Millrats
off.
features and game recaps. Taylor Printing is the official printer of your St. John Millrats. Visit tpgi.ca for more information. Rod Steers Photography is the official photographer of the St. John Millrats and the Right Agency, the official marketing firm of the St. John Millrats. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, it is last call for 50-50 tickets. Once again, last call for 50-50 tickets. And don't forget that Porter Airlines is the official airline of the NBA.
All right, fans, we're ahead, and we need your support to stay ahead. So
Well, the
let's
Rats seem to
make
be,
some noise.
getting organized and getting a breath for coming back after this timeout. It's been an incredible show by the Mill Rats in the beginning of the second half. Everything seems to be going right, and it looks like Prince Edward Island is going to try to come out with a slightly different focus, a couple of personnel changes, and they're set to go.
Yeah, we talked about.
Come on, fans, let's keep the noise
first
going.
5 minutes of the second half. Here's the first 3 minutes, and pushed it from a 12-point lead to a 20-point lead. Let's see what the next couple minutes gives us.
Nice look inside. Again, we talk about the Millrat strategy, and you touched on it, Stacey. It's so key. Look, Nick Evans
Fouls on Ricky
is a
Bolsey,
big
his third foul,
body,
second team
and, probably against the
Mike
right
Williams
team,
will
he
come
might
up
be
to the
more
line.
effective. So
Focus
if
it
he
up
was
to
facing
you.
up with another legitimate center at 6'11", 260 pounds, he might be able to really test out his real ability to battle with bigs his size.
Yeah.
But he's stuck in a conference that's full of high flyers and foot speed that he's just not able to keep up with many times, and that's when it really gets into his head. And again, once Nick Evans gets pulled out of the game, guys like Volsey and Tyrone Levitt, Kenny Jones just go to work on the smaller lineups for the PEI Storm.
Yeah. Well, he matches up with Bolsey, and it's a tough matchup to get out there in the three. You got to respect that 3-point shot of Bolsey. He knocks the three down. And, if you had a 6'11 guy that's not as nearly as mobile.
Fouls on Brandon Robinson. That is his first foul, first team foul. Radio will step up to the charity strike.
Tough matchup for the Mill Rats, no question.
And here's Singleton at the line. Able to hit his first. And again, every game touching on the fact that the Mill Rats will make you pay if they get the line. Singleton making both free throws. Singleton and Anthony Anderson being legendary free throw shooters, especially in the third and fourth quarters. They will make you pay. The score right now is 72-52, 20-point lead with 8 minutes and 24 seconds left in the third. But again, the Mill Rats can't get comfortable, Stacey. This lead could change the three-point shooting.
No question.
Well, we talked about that at half, that the caliber of the basketball we've been seeing lately. We've got 3-point shooters on the floor that in 6 quick shots could bring this back to even. So St. John can't get comfortable, but it doesn't look like anybody's sitting back to relax. They're putting it all on the floor.
Yeah, that's right. Good point, Bob. Leave it on the floor. When this game's over, win or lose, leave it on the floor. Leave all of it on the floor.
Well, not only are the fans inside of this athletic center watching, and what the Mill Rats leave on the floor today could spell seasons. They seem to be winning a following, and it'd be nice to see it grow and professional sports take a really strong root in this part of Atlantic Canada. Really interesting to watch Brandon Robinson and Billy Rush miss free throws, Stacey.
Yeah.
Very rare to see.
It doesn't happen a lot.
And there's Mr. New Haven, Connecticut, Mr. Smooth, Keith Cawthron. Yeah, Cawthron doesn't only score 2, he scores 2 flying over the defense. Psychologically, it's got to be tough to fight back when they're just coming at you this hard. His foot speed and just that first step is so fast. He blows right by you. But again, really key for me, I'm just trying to focus in on it. We talked about the free throw shooting, and your star players really have to make their free throws, Stacey. So, Brandon Robinson and Rush, they've got to start hitting those down the stretch. And there's that slash and drive for Rashad Wack. And Mill Rats allowed him to really go to work on them in the third quarter. Last time at home, they got to be able to shut him down in the second half. There's Singleton going to work and drawing the harm. Stacey over and over again. Anthony Anderson and Singleton have managed to keep themselves out of foul trouble. And, we talk about different sets of referees calling the game differently. And this set of referees really allowing both teams to play ball, it seems. It's not, these little tiny
pulls and tugs getting called for fouls.
Yeah, it's not the nickel and dimer fouls that we've seen the last couple games. This officiating crew doing a pretty good job of letting them play, but making the right calls. And I'm not saying that because the Mill Rats are up 22 points. It's going both ways. It's
neither coach is complaining about referee calls. That tells you something. Wow,
that's the same. Kind of the same call that Singleton just got down at the other end. So, I guess.
Goes both ways.
Yeah, consistent.
Fouls on Kenny Jones.
Mike Martin, the veteran, getting it to go.
14th foul.
3-point play opportunity here. Again, Stacy, really zone in. Ladies and gentlemen at home, look, if you're a high school coach or player and your coach stresses the significance of free throws, you see it right here. There you are, your veteran player missing free throws in playoffs. And Stacy, it's just so crucial for the PEI Storm to make those. And even coach looks frustrated with the fact they're not hitting their free throws. Bolsey wide open from Montreal, Quebec. Bolsey lighting up long range.
Well, not only is Bolsey from Montreal, but he nearly took that shot from Montreal.
Oh, Mill Rats are just on a run right now.
There's the pump fake.
Mr. Pump Fake, a.k.a. Big Ticket. We talked about it. If you paid for a ticket to come to a Rats game, you're getting your money's worth coming to watch Kenny Jones play basketball. Rashad Wax still showing up.
Yeah, I said back to the first 5 minutes of the second half again. Pushed it from a 12-point lead to a
coast to coast. Keith Cawthron has the ability to do that. We've seen it a lot of times. You can't leave Brandon Robinson wide open. But again, your key players, your X factors there, Stacy, for the Island Storm, just not hitting outside the second half so far.
Yeah. Coach King going to Mency again. Ready to check back in the game. Played a very nice first half. It was a welcome back to St. John, Mency.
Well, Mency's just all every time you put him on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we talked about Crookshank bringing a lot of energy to the Mill Rats. And he does, usually with a massive dunk. But Mency's really a defensive threat. He's all over his man on D, which makes it very difficult to score.
You can't let the big fella get to that deep. Play behind him.
Yeah, Mike Evans that foot away from the hoop.
Yeah,
that's a guaranteed hook shot.
Yeah, we talked earlier. It's a mismatch for him to defend.
Oh wow! Mency just got off his flight. There is no signs of fatigue after that flight. He got hammered again. Call on the play, but able to hit the three. How do you not love Mency of the St. John Mill Rats showing up in playoffs?
Oh yeah, you gotta love him.
Oh, an extra. Kenny Jones not able to hit. Here come the Island Storm. Birdsong not able to hit. Oh, there's Mike Evans.
Well,
we're getting heated now.
We wondered how long it would take for this to maybe happen. And Evans, with such a strong presence on offense and defense, seems to be heading towards that same foul trouble that he seemed to have struggled with last time he played in St. John.
Oh, gentlemen, take a look at the face of the head coach of the Island Storm, though. He knows that Nick Evans, that the Mill Rats are making a strong effort to get in the head of Nick Evans, and again,
extra, after the whistle, Nick throws an elbow, and it just shows in the replay right there. I'm just glad Singleton got his face out of the way.
And Nick Evans looking at the the jumbotron and seeing the replay. This is the first. It's not often that we don't see the Island Storm coach, not disputing a call. He has nothing to dispute. Nick Evans, it's a matter of time before he gets subbed out, and here he comes. Oh, he's staying on the court.
He's going to the free throw line to shoot a couple, but I'm just not sure what the referees are deciding here on the call.
Briar's got something to add here.
Yeah, you're talking about Nick Evans and the Millrats getting in his head. They've succeeded. He just pretty near took a swing at Raheem Singleton. That's a big sign they're getting in his head. That's real to some bigger discipline for him.
Yeah, I think so there was no contact made. He swung the elbow, but it was more. I don't know. I don't think he threw it. I don't think he threw the elbow with the intent to hit him. He just threw it to say, get away from me kind of thing. No technical foul was given out in the play. Nick's going to the line to shoot a couple.
But again, part of the strategy for your average fan, tuning in, there is more to that play, Stacey, than just Nick Evans throwing an elbow. They trash talk him, and they try to get into his head, and that's a strategy.
Well, the fans showing no love for him at all. He's the biggest, and he's the easy one to pick on, I guess.
But you know what? Nick able to hit the 2 free throws.
He hit the 2 free throws. Ben, we've talked to Nick a couple times, before some games, and you don't get a nicer guy than Nick off the court.
Again, not deserved by the crowd as far as Nick Evans. And again, getting picked upon because in our conference we don't get a lot of bigs. So an easy guy to go after if you're a fan.
Fouls on Derek Mency, his second foul, 6th.
That's foul getting charged against Mency. Again, go for it.
Just trying to get out of the way and wrong place at the wrong time there.
And again, Brandon Robinson has to make these free throws to win this game. And still missing. Stacey, that's going to come down to a key to the game after this, when the fourth quarter runs out. How many free throws did this Storm team miss on the road?
Well, it's we'll get the stats hopefully after the third quarter here and give you a shooting percentage from the
Nick Evans going coast to coast here. Wants the ball back. And it's going the way of the Millrats.
With Tyrone Levitt come back in the game, Mr. Defense, Mr. Work Ethic.
But your key players like Billy Rush, Brandon Robinson, they just look fatigued, Stacey. And even on and that's what it comes down to with free throw shooting. It's mental, and you've got to be there 100%.
Careless turnover by Anderson.
But again, don't count out this Island Storm team.
Oh yeah, definitely don't count them out.
Anthony Anderson, a beautiful pass on Radio tuning in. Radio Singleton, nice assist. Nice drive to Birdsong. Again, don't count out this team. Now there's a player that has been consistent. You talk about Nick Akori, Birdsong. Both of those guys have been consistent all game. Volsey wide open. Mency wide open.
He's already hit 2. Why not take another one?
The only way he misses if he's open for a clear shot, it seems.
It's a tough matchup for Anderson. Yeah, you got to double down on that.
Triple team there. Again, Brandon Robinson, just uncharacteristic play by Brandon Robinson.
Is Anderson tough or what? Smallest guy in the court. He comes down with more rebounds than traffic.
Anthony Anderson lighting up from Boston, Massachusetts. He pulled out his passport and he said, I'm going back to Boston. I'm going to shoot long range. Border security's like, you know what? Just go. You're going to hit that shot. And right on cue, Stacey, you talked about Anthony Anderson's impact on the game. Mency. Air Crookshank's like, yeah, I just flew him in on my flight, Air Canada. And Mency really showing up big. If you're a loyal fan of the St. John Millrats, you've got to be proud of Mency. And look, Brandon Robinson, just when we think he's gone cold.
He could miss 4 in a row, but he's going to he might make the next 4.
Anthony Anderson, the veteran, getting into the head of Billy Rush. Again, Rush already frustrated mentally as far as not making shots, missing free throws, open layups even. And Nick Evans now coming out of the game, an opportunity for Tyrone, Mr. Work Ethic, to really battle under the hoop. And we say this every game. If you get the ball, do not post up against Mr. Levitt. You're in trouble.
Just don't want the ball if he's guarding you. I don't understand it. And we seen somebody score a bucket on him early on a tough runner, half hook going from 10 feet.
That would be
basket I've seen score on him in 3 games.
Yeah, and it's physically tolling.
Yeah.
You make the basket and you're happy, but you're like, wait, I need a sub. A very rare call there on Alex Johnson, travel violation. I mean, it was clear it happened. Alex coming right off the bench cold. I mean, very rare to see him turn the ball over. There's a wide open look. Look, Birdsong.
Birdsong again.
He has been on a roll for the Island Storm. He has personally kept them in the game.
It just seems like chance that the Mill Rats get to really pull away, really hammer that nail in the coffin. The Storm knock a couple 3-point shots down and they just don't go away, Ben.
Well, you keep talking about the significance of the 3-point line in the game of basketball, and in this league in particular, it's really kept teams in the game. And here comes Alex DeRoche talking about 3-point shooting from Dieppe, New Brunswick, the New Brunswick native. He hasn't shied away from shooting threes this season. He's been doing very well.
During the regular season, we've seen a lot more of Alex, and of course, coaches going to shorten the bench a bit in the playoffs, and we haven't seen as many minutes from Alex as we normally have. He normally gets a fair bit of playing time.
And Mency there able to really go to work using his crossover. But there it is. Birdsong has just been on a roll. So, when your X factors aren't showing up, Birdsong always seems to step in when needed. Yeah. Full credit to Birdsong for keeping this Island Storm in the game.
Well, Birdsong's really had to produce from outside because Levitt has refused to give an inch inside that paint. So going to the weak side outside has been much of the only choice left.
Birdsong continues to shoot.
Oh, no.
Crookshank with a pass just a little too early. That is a travel call. And who's there to have a hand on the ball is Tyrone Levitt.
Yeah, he turned it over. So best thing, make it up on defense, right? You miss an easy shot, make it up on D. You turn it over, you really need to make it up on D.
And Alex Johnson, after having such a superb first half. There's that drive and dish we talked about.
Mency!
Wow. Caught off his flight and said, I am just going to shoot the lights out.
Wow.
Again, Stacy, we talked about the dribble.
At the buzzer again.
At the buzzer. Stacy, we said this before the playoffs. I remember the last game of regular season, us talking about how happy we were to be part of this, to have this job, and sitting courtside. But really stressing the fact that with the smaller roster that the Mill Rats have, having to really perfect that dribble penetration, drawing in the defenders, and just on cue, I talked about Alex Johnson being that guy from NC State who's played against the best. And they're able to draw in 3 players into him down in the paint, kicks it out, and Mency's wide open for 3. What a beautiful basketball play right at the buzzer.
Well, they say you can't please all the people all the time. Well, Mency's pretty close. He's got 14 points for the night, and on defense, he's pedaled those wheels back to half and done his job. He's really breathed some life into a team that had their back against the wall.
Oh, definitely. Welcome back to St. John, Mency. I welcome you. Ben welcomes you. Bob, Breyer, welcome you. at Harbor Station welcome you.
Look, if he wants to come back, I'd be glad to give him my air miles. He can come on back anytime he wants with this kind of contribution down for the home team.
That's right.
Score is 98 for the St. John Millrats in St. John, New Brunswick, Canada. Yes, we are watching pro basketball in St. John, New Brunswick. Playoff basketball between the St. John Millrats and the Island Storm. Huge shout out to the PEI fans who've traveled here. They're sitting courtside cheering on their squad. That's when you know it. You know a team is really paying off in the community. You've got a loyal following. But again, Stacy, we're so lucky to have this job, to work courtside, call play-by-plays. But let's get back to that drive and dish scenario for the Millrats, really paying off in the second half.
Yeah, you know, it's just it's really not any kind of great offense by the Millrats as far as screening, going to certain spots. It's penetrate, pitch offense. It's spread the floor. Not even sticking a post player in there. It's 5 around none. Penetrate. If the help defense comes, dish it off. If they don't come, take the layup. It's pretty basic, pretty easy offense. We're looking at Indiana Hoosiers back in the 50s when they won. You won the state title when there was no division. You go back, you ever get a chance to watch that game, a really, really old game. That's their
free throw shooting. He missed again here, Stacy. You're talking about your star players. Billy Rush, who's trying it with an NBA team earlier this season, missing both free throws. Stacy is definitely going to come down to on the stat sheet. Oh! Mr. Cawthron, Mr. Smoothly flying from New Haven, crossing the border and landing in Harbor Station with a massive dunk. Two-handed cram.
Definitely smooth there. Again, another foul, stopping a guy from going to the paint, going to the rim. They'll give up those fouls. Take the ball out of bounds and try it again. It's better than giving up that layup, right? Now, free throw percentage before those last two misses for the Storm is at, after those two misses is 8 for 17 from the free throw line.
There it is. I mean, you don't even before you went to the stat sheet, you knew. And you can see the frustration in the players who normally make those shots.
Yeah.
Common, it's uncharacteristic for Robinson or Rush to miss free throws.
Yeah.
And a lot of it comes down to fatigue, and they look tired.
Tired legs, yeah. Tired legs. The Millrats are 14 for 15 from the free throw line.
Right, the Millrats just taking advantage. They seem to have more energy, and who knows? Adding Mency to the roster has really electrified this team.
I showed you how good Birdsong is. He just you normally don't see a score against Tyrone Levitt, that easily.
Mency just got his own tip off a shot. Superman Johnson's resetting. Oh! Dun, 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 dun! Eric Cruikshank took flight, courtesy of Superman Alex Johnson.
Alex doing a great job finding
driving and dishing and alley-oop passes.
That's knowing your personnel, right?
That has been a classic drawn-up play all season. Ever since Superman Johnson arrived. Superman to Air Canada.
Yeah.
This has been a thing of beauty. You can make a highlight reel for this season out of those. Look at that!
Alex Johnson again.
Alex Superman Johnson. If I keep singing his song, we're going to get thrown off the air, but it's so hard not to.
Look, when Johnson drained that last shot, Martin from Prince Edward Island just shrugged and lifted his hands as if to say, what are we supposed to do? It seems that the wind is leaving the sails of Prince Edward Island. They're just trying everything, and nothing seems to be digging in.
Yeah, you say that, and they hit another shot.
Mike Martin hitting that open. It's the veterans that were really showing up. Birdsong.
The Storms just aren't going away. They're not going to roll over. No question they're not going to roll over.
And look, I mean, it is your veteran players. Look at this. Your veteran players are showing up.
Well, again.
Oh, I love it. Native Alex DeRoche.
But again, if you want to go to the paint in the Millrat zone, you need to answer to Levitt, and he's making his presence felt, no uncertain terms.
Let's rewind a little bit here. Before Alex got that nice look at the hoop, he's just subbing out of the game right now, but Mike Martin, one of those veteran players, it's like you said, Stacy, never count these teams out, especially if you've got those wily veterans in the game, like a Birdsong or a Mike Martin. The way he was able to distribute that basketball was under high pressure and, where they're down a lot. But they're far from out of this game. 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It's 103-86.
Oh, Mency. You know what? Mency's been away. We're wondering if he's been playing any ball at a high level. I would dare say he wasn't playing at the local YMCA. He's kept himself in shape. And he's obviously been playing some good basketball somewhere in his hometown. And, boys, he's been a welcome sight here today, hasn't he?
Well, he's delivered everything. He's delivered from three-point range. He's delivered bank shots. He's gone to the rim. You want it, he's got it.
I was just about to say, I'd like to see Williams and Anderson come back in the game. Here they come. Big hand for Mency.
Huge round of applause
Alex.
for Superman, Alex Johnson. Well-deserved break. His girlfriend, pro basketball player, is lighting it up first half and winning in a free throw competition.
Yeah.
Completely dominating in that competition.
Williams. Immediate impact. Great pass from here in Canada.
Yeah, Williams having a pregame interview with him a few weeks ago. Oh, there's DeRoche again.
He's tough. He's tough.
Beautiful. He's moving from left to right. A nice little teardrop. Of all the Canadian talent and really being able to relate to New Brunswick players is Alex DeRoche. We've seen a lot of local players on rosters across the league, but by far Alex DeRoche has played a major impact with the Island Storm.
Oh yeah, no question.
He's not just an extra player. You've got on the squad to represent your hometown.
Right. He's of all the New Brunswick natives playing in the NBL, he's definitely the strongest. One thing I like about the Millrats bench, there's never a blame amongst each other. You don't blame one player for one thing. Should be here, should be there. Didn't make this defensive stop. Everybody takes blame for the for.
Well, the biggest issue we saw, before Christmas time there. Wow.
Oh, what a block.
Huge block by Eric Crookshank, just denying O'Corey. O'Corey was only about 5'11". Looked high enough to throw down the dunk.
He was over the rim ready to tomahawk that.
That was a pure 100% rejection. No answer for that.
Wow, what a great block.
Well, Prince Edward Island calls a timeout, and their coaching staff has to be asking themselves when to start cutting losses. They've got probably a fifth game, unless something goes tragically wrong for St. John. They've got to start considering how to rebuild their team psychologically to go back onto the court against this same team at home.
Well, if coach is anything like me, Bob, he's not throwing in the towel with a 19-point lead until there's about a minute and a half to go.
No, I don't think he's throwing in any towel, but I think he's got to start speaking to his players in just the right terms to kind of keep their psyches built up enough. They can go back out with a good fight in them. This type of beating psychologically can really go to work on a team unless they've put it behind them quickly and go back out with a fresh day.
Yeah, I think he wants to, coach, definitely wants to win the game, but he wants to finish this game strong and and not get blown off the court by 35 or 40, and then go into a fifth and deciding game for this series.
But again, Stacy, we've been here all season, and we have seen courtside teams from Ontario, Halifax Rainmen, and look at the Moncton Miracles coming back from 40-plus points down to beat the Halifax Rainmen in playoffs.
Yeah.
So a 40-point lead even is nothing in the NBL of Canada. I mean, that they had 5 minutes left in the game to come back and really, we're talking about a Miracles team that was last in the division and barely pulling off wins in the league this season at all. Again, the talent level in this league is so high that, you know, it's way too early to call off a win here.
Oh yeah, no question.
A pile of time left. It's just a matter of resetting.
Coach King is going to continue to coach. These players are going to continue to play, and the players on the bench are going to continue to cheer, stand up for every good thing that happens, like they've been doing. Until this buzzer ring goes off at the end of this game.
And again, I liked how you put it earlier, and we talked. We love watching Jeremy Williams. This is just
and
so calm.
So well from the free throw line tonight.
Golden, very good basketball and play. But talking about simplifying the game of basketball, Stacey, that's what Coach King's done here. There is nothing fancy about the offensive sets we're looking at right now. In certain circumstances,
it's a lot of high screens. It's a lot. Then it's penetrating pitch. Make somebody help out. If they don't help, you've got the layup. If they do help, give them a 3-point shot.
Eric Cruikshank all over the board. But several times, Mency, coach giving. There's Nick Corey hitting a 3. It's never too late.
Talk about elevation on a jump shot. How many guys you see with their feet 3 feet off the floor on a jump shot?
We talked before the game started about Nick Corey being able to light up long range, and again, they can get back into the game with 3-point shooting. Jay Williams, no doubt, having an easy time under the basket, posting up. Again, with the big man Nick Evans out of the game, it changes the way the Millrats are able to run their offensive sets. Because Eric Cruikshank becomes the big man on campus out there.
Yeah.
But again, isolation opportunities. Coach King saying to Mency, look, you're on fire right now. You know what? We don't need to run a specific offensive set. Simply take the ball, take advantage of that isolation with whoever's guarding you, cross them over and pull up. You're playing so well.
With with the powers to be for this team and picking these players for the team we talked about earlier with really not that the 6'11", 7-footer in there. It's 5 players that can defend all positions, and you can spread the floor with all 5 guys. All 5 guys shoot the 3 and attack the basket. So why wouldn't you really spread that offense? Maybe start with a little screen, get a wing touch, and make that drive. They do a great job of wrecking.
There's a nice inside out right there. And mixing it up now is Coach King. That's been the key, I think, Stacey, is they really built up their lead with that dribble penetration. Now going inside, because Jeremy Williams is one of those legitimate. Look at that defense, Jeremy Williams. That was beautiful. Watch the defense of Jeremy Williams if you're a fan at home.
Jeremy's an underrated.
But again, nothing fancy about the game for the Millrats. Hard-nosed offense and defense. Here comes a high screen from Williams. A nice kick at Catherine. Eric Cruikshank all over the boards. He's just loving life.
Oh, wise hesitation, Williams.
Wow, the Millrats are all over the Cruikshank still battling.
Cruikshank go to work.
Millrats basketball.
And the entire bench going out of bounds to pull Cruikshank up off the floor. You talk about team chemistry, Ben.
Vanderbeek hasn't played a minute all game, but he was down on the sidelines.
Oh, yeah.
He hit the floor. I didn't know if a T was going to be called for a player being on the court as a sixth player.
You watch the
Jeremy Williams.
Watch this replay here, showing on the screen. You see
here's this isolation right here. There's the isolation play right there. They're so in sync right now, Stacy. Coach is looking at every player on the roster and saying, look,
we might see Vanderbeeken tonight.
We might see Vanderbeeken tonight, but the point being is that was a pure isolation play. Coach King specifically communicating to Cawthron, look, you've got the upper hand here. Cross him over, draw the foul, and you're going to hit that jumper, and that's exactly what he did. Nothing fancy about that. I love watching the games really broken down to the fundamentals, and that's exactly what the Mill Rats are doing right now. It's beautiful to watch. So, ladies and gentlemen, the score is 119-93 for the Mill Rats with 4:12 remaining in the fourth.
You know, Ben, hats off to these players tonight. You know, a big hats off to Coach King. You know, making the right substitutions at the right time, and you know, really staying with guys that are.
Oh! Keith Coffin! Wow! I felt like he just dunked on us. That baseline dunk. Let's look at the replay. Watch Keith Coffin take off. Wow! He is not Mr. Defense. He's Mr. Highlight Reel.
Mr. Smooth.
We talked earlier, Coach King looked at Cawthron at that open possession saying, look, take advantage, isolate your defender, and just go at him. There is no fear on this Mill Rats roster right now to try to score.
Yeah, tough matchup for the Storm. So many guys on the Mill Rats team that they're quick as lightning. Great skill going to the basket.
Yeah, but we've got Bob Fife from Hampton High School on air with us. And Bob and I have talked extensively about how important it is to spread the game of basketball, especially out into Hampton, where he's having a phenomenal community out there in the sports programs. And the youth from St. John, Hampton, St. Stephen, no matter where you're trying to grow a basketball program, watching this Mill Rats basketball today, this unselfish basketball, and really team chemistry that you're seeing today, that's a type of enthusiasm, Bob, that you want to see in Hampton, right?
Well, I mean, there's so much to be said for the lessons learned on the court, the way they translate to real life. It's been said by more than one coach that if nobody cares who gets the credit, it's amazing what a team can do. And for kids coming up through a sporting program or working through academics, it's a team effort that counts. You can build great things with small pieces as long as they all work together. We've seen it with the Mill Rats tonight on some broken plays that suddenly come back together, gel, and you see beautiful dynamics. There's a lot to be said for the kids in the area seeing adults achieve great things, and the Mill Rats have been trying to show them that tonight.
Nice extra pass.
Wow!
Found a hot hand.
This is unreal.
Nice extra pass. You know, Cawthron knocked a couple shots down. Alex had a wide open shot.
Alex is playing an all-around phenomenal game. He played so well at home. Just as a friend, really proud to see him play so well in that first playoff game we saw him at Harbor Station with that win. And now he's got his girlfriend in town cheering him on, traveling up from the U.S. She's a pro player herself. She's got to be proud of the way that Alex Johnson has played this game today. And just the unselfish play of all the Mill Rats has been evident. But Keith Cawthron, he has just been on fire offensively.
Jeremy Williams, go to work.
It looks like Jeremy Williams has decided to take up where Tyrone Levin left off.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Jeremy Williams is one of those guys that Stacey talks about. You could be down 56 points, or you could be up 40. He'll play just as well, no matter what scenario you throw him into, and that's a coachable player.
Well, you know, as a coach, you're going to get out of a player. You know, Williams, Kenny Jones, Tyrone Levitt, you know, those type of guys. You always know what you're going to get out of them, and your X factors are, you know, your other guys coming in. You know, are they going to get more than their scoring average or not? Are they going to play defense tonight? Aren't they going to play defense tonight? You always know what you get with those three in particular.
So many times a team will struggle when their starters start to get tired and they have a really shallow bench. But St. John, when you get to go to Alex Johnson and Eric Cruikshank and Williams off the bench, you know you've got depth.
St. John native.
St. John, New Brunswick native Peter Wedge in the game. Stacey, I just had a flashback moment to Peter Wedge coming in that game when every Millrats player went on fire. Everyone is hitting threes. And Peter Wedge, I think, hit three, I believe.
He sat on the bench for about an hour and a half of real time and came in and knocked down 3 threes.
He just caught right on fire with the rest of the Millrats. There he is. Oh, I thought that was going in. But Peter Wedge has a beautiful looking shot. Again, another legitimate player, Canadian player in the league.
That was a smart foul by Peter. You know? I know he's kind of dead in the water there. Low, deep post catch and committed the foul before the shot.
Yeah,
going to the line anyway.
Another consistent player for the Island Store has been Rashad Wack. Yeah. You know, we talked about some of the guys who've really stepped up. You know, although the team in general has not played well, the Island Storm, Rashad Wack has played very well. Birdsong played very well. And then your veterans like Mike Martin.
Yeah,
you know, it's just
Martin had a good game today.
It's your superstar caliber players that just didn't show up today. Billy Rush and Robinson as they normally would. And again, this doesn't reflect on how good of a team PEI is. It's like you said, Stacey. It's a team that decides to play that much harder that's going to pull off the win in this series.
Yeah.
And again, the other day it was PEI that came up with the win, probably deserved. So I mean, but the Millrats clearly have played an all-around excellent game today.
Oh yeah, offensively, defensively, you know, we talked about finishing your defense with box outs. You know, gave up some offensive rebounds, but that's going to happen. But you know, for the most part, took care of the defensive boards.
And there you go, you know, getting the veteran back into the game. Mike Martin has been very consistent all game.
His second foul. Mike Martin, shoot your turn.
And again, people ask why it's so important, you know, to have veteran players on the team like Mike Martin hitting his free throws when it matters. Stacey, he knows you've got to make those free throws, and that at the end of the game, stat sheet, the free throw shooting of the Island Storm has just not been where it needs to be to win playoffs. It doesn't matter who you're playing.
No, that, you know, it's telling me it's, you know, some tired legs out there.
You want to talk about tired legs. Cawthron out there.
Dun, 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 dun. I apologize to cut you off, but that was Alex Superman Johnson with a 3-bomb. I said earlier this game, he's going towards a 20-25 point game. I don't know. The king of social media will probably tell us in a second. But he has just been unreal. Sorry, Bob, you can finish on that statement.
No, Cawthron, I was just going to say, you want to talk about some potentially tired legs in his 36th minute of play, and still just like the ball just got tossed up for the jump. Tremendous leadership from every player on the court.
Peter Wedgwood for the old school 3 off the glass.
He hollered glass when he got it.
standing ovation from the St. John Millrats crowd at Harbor Station. Superman Johnson trying to add to his score sheet. Still battling for the ball of the St. John Millrats.
Nobody's getting anything for free tonight.
The Island Storm just, quite simply, Stacey, they just look fatigued. And, you know, sometimes that happens in playoffs.
Yeah.
You know, you have your off nights, and they're just having an off night. Again, this is a team that could rebound quickly. And your veteran players are showing up. You know, 13 seconds left in the game. Mike Martin shooting free throws. And you know he's going to make these.
You know, sometimes the shot's on, sometimes the shot's off. You just hope it's not off, and you hope it's not off for several players as a coach. You know, for the Millrats tonight, it's been, you know, everybody shooting the ball at a really good percentage.
Personally, I would love to see Peter Wedge throw a dunk down. That would make my evening.
Prince Edward Island has had the unfortunate luck to have their rhythm slightly off tonight at the very same moment that St. John's rhythm's never been better.
Mike Martin has been consistent all night, making free throws, getting to the basket. The veteran playing very well. Time running out in St. John, New Brunswick, Canada. The St. John Millrats have defeated the Island Storm 128-107 at home. A huge win. It was a must-win, Stacey.
Must-win. You know, series tied 2-2. Game 5 back in Prince Edward Island.
I have to check on the next game schedule, but I believe it's coming up very soon. Thursday, right?
Yeah, Thursday night. Big game. You know, I like to see them get out of the first round, go, you know, with the intensity, you know, and the skill that they did tonight.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I know the camera's not on the team any longer, but they've got the minor basketball players, the junior millies, and the whole team itself out there, the big group family hug. You know, Stacey.
And what they do every game, Ben, you know, this is what you're seeing on camera is what this team is all about. What the you know, they're one cohesive unit. Nobody puts blame on anybody else ever, win or lose, and the chemistry is fantastic.
At the end of the day, Stacey, we started off broadcasting for this team in November, and we saw a team that just was not there. You know, there wasn't a cohesive team in November.
Right.
We had Akil Carr that was around at the time, and geez, we could go through 5 or 6 players that were consistent players before Christmas.
Yeah.
And again, that team chemistry was not there. But we talked about, you know, GMs having enough time to bring in those key pieces and really putting that puzzle together by season's end.
Yeah.
And Ian he worked his magic and really pulled that off, and you saw it tonight. Unselfish basketball, nobody complaining. A coach's dream, really, to work with this group of guys.
Oh, yeah, no question.
And you know, that we talked about that 180 shift with this team. Again, you're seeing it tonight. The puzzle pieces are mended and they're together and gelled, and just a phenomenal game by the St. John Millrats on this Tuesday evening.
Yeah, well, you know, hopefully they take care of business Thursday night and get us back here again broadcasting game 1 of the second round.
One last shout out. I've got 2 of them, 3 of them actually. You know, a lot of family in Quebec and seeing Volsey, the Canadian superstar, showing up. But not only Volsey. You know, we talk about Volsey so often, but Superman Alex Johnson, the Toronto, Ontario native.
Yep.
We talk about Alex DeRoche on the PEI Storm. It's these Canadian players who are showing up as all-stars out on the court.
And really making an impact at a high level of basketball.
And then Keith Cawthron, that late addition late in the season. Briar, you can touch on this, how controversial a decision that was for Mency, I believe, to bring Cawthron on full time at the end of the season, and how it's really paid off.
Yeah, you know, when the move was made, a lot of the fans questioned it because Mency did play well. But for Ian McCarthy, the big reason was how solid Cawthron was on defense. I mean, we saw that tonight. I mean, he came in and had a huge performance, 28 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, shot 100% from the free throw line, 57% from beyond the arc, and you know, just an overall huge performance for him. So it's really paying off.
Yeah, and you look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Millrat players in double figures. Cawthron with 28, Bolte with 17, Kenny Jones 12, Anthony Anderson 13, Alex Johnson 15, Darren Mency 16, and Raheem Singer 10. 18 for 20 they finished from the free throw line, phenomenal percentage. 16 for 33 from the three-point line. Take that every day as a coach. 48% and 54% from 2. 47 for 87. For the Storm from the free throw line we talked about earlier, some free throw shooting woes. 18 for 29, 62% as a team. Not a great percentage. 48% from 2, good. 7 for 20 from the three-point line, which isn't real bad. It's 35%. You'll take that.